Your goals and dreams have to be bigger than your problems. If you're going through hell, keep going.
We all have two opposite versions of ourselves on the inside. We have the winner and the loser, the happy one and the depressed one. But which one surfaces more in your life? Which one rises to the top? The one that you feed more. Your words are the fuel to becoming the person that you will become and having the things that you will have.
When your time comes, and it will, you'll never be ready. But you're not supposed to be. Find the hope in the unexpected. Find the courage in the challenge. Find your vision on the solitary road. Don't get distracted. There are too many people who want credit without responsibility. Too many who show up for the ribbon cutting without building anything worth a damn. Be different. Leave something worthy. And always remember that you can't take it with you. You're going to have to pass it on.
If you want to be great, oh man, prepare to get up off that mat. You're going to get knocked down over and over and over. And even when you feel like, no, I can't be hit this hard. Or if you're down there thinking, there's no way I can get up from this. That's when you're just starting.
Don't give up on your dream. No one could have convinced me by holding on, by continuing to push forward, by continuing to run toward my dream. And one day, it's a long shot, but I kept running toward my dream. Don't stop! Don't stop!
Until you make a decision that you no longer want to feel how you feel, or you no longer want to think the way that you think, or you no longer want to have the kind of results or no results that you have, until you make that decision that, you know what, I know I don't feel great, I know I doubt myself, I know I've had a lot of bad things happen, I know there's a lot that I regret, but damn it, with the time that I have left in my life, I really want to start to enjoy myself. I want to take better care of myself. I want to feel happy. You don't even have to believe you deserve it yet. You can just want it. You've got to start there. You've got to start with wanting something better for yourself. And then I personally think the most important thing is to start acting like the person who has the things that you want right now, even though you don't feel like it.
Life doesn't end when you realize you could have done better but didn't. You can make a better choice now. Healing doesn't happen overnight or follow a set schedule. The most important thing is that you hold on, keep going, even when you have nothing left to give. Trust that you're strong enough for this. Every experience is temporary. Life doesn't end unless you decide it doesn't.
Build momentum. Build confidence and momentum with each good decision that you make from here on out. You can do it. Anyone can do it. We live in unique times. We live in one of the rarest times in human history where you can choose almost all the input that comes your way. Whether it's the movies that you watch, the books you read, the podcasts you listen to, you can choose to be inspired. Do that.
We all pretty much know what action we should be taking, yet so few of us do. You already know who you want to be. So go be that person. Stop waiting for something to happen so that you finally start living your own life. Go make it happen yourself.
Don't forget, the passage of time stops for no one. So try your damnedest to capitalize on it when you know that you can. The last thing you want to do is fast forward 5 years, 10 years, however many years, and think to yourself, holy crap, I probably should have spent those years doing something a little bit different. You know, if you don't do anything, you just gotta stay comfortable. So you gotta be the guy who has to deal with the thoughts on the regular of, oh man, what could have been?
I don't care what you're going to do, but go out there and make something of yourself for God's sake. Be an honest person and work and get to the top of whatever it is that you want to get to the top of. Be a bit of a light on the world instead of a blight.
Stop complaining about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't put in. The only way to become more successful than most people is to be willing to do something most people aren't willing to do.
I will try 100 times to get up, and if I fail 100 times, if I fail and I give up, do you think that I'm ever going to get up? No. But if I fail, I try again, and again, and again. For as long as I try, there's always that chance of getting up. And it's not the end until you've given up.
You've got to develop a sense of urgency. Aurelia said, stop living your life like you have 1,000 years to live. In life, you're either here today and you're gone today. If there's something that you want to do and you can't do it all at one time, do just a little bit of it.
Don't be afraid to reinvent yourself, and don't be afraid to be different, man. You ain't got to fit in the crowd. Why are you following everybody when you were clearly meant to lead?
Some people are moving on their own because they feel within themselves, I've got what it takes to make it. They're not afraid about tomorrow because of how they see themselves, because of what they feel that they deserve, because of what they feel that they can create for themselves. Because these people have decided, as they look at the future, as they look at themselves, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way for me to begin to create a way out of no way. And when you have that kind of consciousness, when you have that kind of spirit, nothing can stop you. Nothing.
All life forms strive to the max of its potential except human beings. All life forms strive to the max of its potential except human beings. How tall will a tree grow? As tall as it possibly can. You never heard of a tree growing half as high as it could. No, trees don't grow half. A tree drives its roots as deep as it can, reaches as high as it can, produces every leaf it can, every fruit it possibly can. To the max. Every life form strives to the max, except human beings. Now, why not human beings? Jot this down. You've been given the dignity of choice. You're not a robot. You don't have to repeat this year the same as last year. You can tear up last year's plan, develop a new plan.
There will be times when you seemingly face insurmountable obstacles, but that's when you dig deep into your soul for the courage and the fortitude to keep going and to never forget that despite life's detours, you are destined for greatness.
Most people aren't obsessed with their goals because they don't believe they're worthy of them. It's easy to dream about what you want, but in between where you are and what you want, there's a tremendous amount of stuff you got to change and do.
You want to be good? You really don't have a lot of choices because it takes what it takes. You have to do what you have to do to be successful. So you have to make the choices and decisions to have the discipline and the focus to the process of what you need to do to accomplish your goals.
In order for something to change, there needs to be change. Nothing changes and nothing changes, man. What happens when I decide for myself that I'm going to do something different? I'm going to have setbacks, I know. But if I'm feeling bad, that doesn't mean I'm doing bad. That doesn't mean I am bad. My brain can feel a certain way, but it's not going to choose how I behave all the time.
Get good at failing and embrace failure and rejection. I know that sounds really simple, but just understand that the more you fail, the more you're growing. Understand that failure, the most successful people, no matter how you define failure, they are failing far more than most people. They're rejected far more than most people. They're laughed at far more than most people. They're confused and they suffer far more than most people. Why are we labeling or judging failure as bad? Failure is great.
If you had the opportunity to be who you wanted to be today, would you be prepared? You really have to ask yourself, if what I wanted knocked on my door today, would I be equipped with the skills to do it? And if the answer is no, you have a lot of work to do, and that's fine. You just really have to make sure that how I see myself achieving what I see in my head, what am I doing every day? You have to have a winner's mentality, and a winner doesn't mean you get everything you want. A winner means I get up, I know that I'm going to face some challenges, but I'm not going to let them turn me down. And I'm definitely not going to let self-talk or talk from others that doesn't matter either, because they're not living your life, control your reality. You got to really know what your true north is. And if you don't know what that is, you have to sit down with yourself and figure out, how do I get here and what do I want?
When you don't see the results, when you feel like giving up, remember that the last thing to grow on a tree is its fruits.
Growth, success, and healing are all journeys, not destinations. Don't resent your life because your reality doesn't look the way you want it to yet. Give yourself time to learn, create, and fail. It's not often you elevate your life overnight. Self-improvement is a gradual, non-linear process. Let go of the frustration of not getting immediate results. You can't grow into the person you're meant to be without the ebbs and flows of your journey. Embrace it. Your time is coming.
Belief is a skill. Belief requires so much development because it's hard to believe things that you can't see. It's hard when you're poor to believe that one day you can be rich. But if you can actually sit there and have a conversation with yourself and believe that all things are possible, then everything is possible.
Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Major determining factor in how your life works out. Each person's philosophy is like the set of the sail. The same wind blows on us all. The difference in where we arrive at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year is not the wind that blows. And the wind is blowing around the world.
You can't be comfortable with yourself if you don't know who yourself is. And you can't know who yourself is if you don't stop looking at how everybody around you is and start looking at what makes you comfortable and what makes you uniquely you. But there's only one you.
You want to be paying attention to yourself. And the problem with people in the world today is you're not paying attention to yourself. You're not inside your own head. You don't hear those voices. You don't hear what you love, what you like anymore. Because as I said, there's so many of these other distractions going on. And so you're always like attuned to what other people like, as opposed to disengaging, backing off from that and looking at yourself.
It says, I've learned that no matter what happens, or how bad it seems today, life does go on, and it will be better tomorrow. I've learned that you can tell a lot about a person by the way he or she handles adversity. I've learned that making a living is not the same thing as making a life. I've learned that life sometimes gives you a second chance. I've learned that you shouldn't go through life with a catcher's mitt on both hands. You need to be able to throw some things back. I've learned that whenever I decide something with an open heart, I usually make the right decision. I've learned that even when I have pains,